Hi there, I'm Chris from Budget Cars. Mark has asked me to do a video on the CX-5 for you, so that way you know exactly what you're coming to get. So I can go around the car, show any little dents, scratches or anything that it might have, because they are second-hand cars and they do come with a few features like that. I'm also going to point out any features that I see on the car, such as like parking sensors that this one has, alloy wheels, a few things like that. So let's get started, eh? So starting at the front bumper actually looks rather quite nice and clean. Just needs a bit of a wash, but apart from that I can't see any obvious marks or anything like that. The bonnet also looks rather quite nice and tidy as well. Again, there's a few marks, but that just requires a clean, so it's nice and easy. Coming around, this door looks rather quite tidy as well. Mirrors don't seem to be scratched or anything. Door handles are actually unusually quite tidy as well. Generally door handles and behind the door handles can be pretty scratched up and all that. Now as you can see, there's a button there, which means this car has keyless entry, and I do believe there's also a push button start one as well, which is pretty cool. It means you don't have to pull the keys out of your pocket or out of your bag or anything like that when it's pissing down with rain and you're trying to get inside the car. Now as I can see, there's been a little bit of touch-up work done here and there. From distance it's not too obvious. They've actually managed to copy the colour quite well, and there are some light scratching there, but that could probably be taken off with just a little coating compound. I come around to the back, you do have the rear parking sensors as well, and the back door actually looks rather quite nice and clean. Now you do obviously get a few nicks along there and all that, because that's where you load your luggage in, so that part is never tidy on a second-hand car. The boot, however, is pretty much immaculate. I can't see any scratching or anything in here. And you're lucky you are actually able to cover the stuff that you have inside, because you do have this, so that way no one can look inside the back and have a look at what you got. And you can also let the rear seats down from the handles, either one or both, up to you, which is pretty cool. So you can actually get a rather large boot all the way to the front if you ever need to move something. Then coming around, rather nice clean panels. Again, nice and tidy around there. Small scratch there. And yeah, nice and tidy mirror as well. Can't see any curbing on the wheels. Nothing that struck me as too obvious. There's a little bit of scratching going on here. And a little bit more there. Now coming around to the engine bay. She is actually rather quite nice and tidy. Can't see any obvious repainting or damage or anything that I can see. Can't see any rust either. Like I said, rather quite tidy. We do try to stick to the higher auction grades with our cars and all that sort of stuff, so that stuff is generally missed when it comes to us. We don't try to buy those cars. And that is actually a near new battery, so that will have probably just under 2 years warranty on that battery too. Quite often you get Japanese cars and they come with a rather old Japanese battery. Now I'll come along to the inside and show you the interior. So unlike most Japanese cars, this one does actually have more than just your standard driver and passenger airbag. You also got your curtain airbags up there, and there are ones inside the seats as well. So she's actually rather quite safe, especially for your Japanese ones. She's also got your cruise control, your automatic headlights. Like I said before, you got your push button start. And one of the cool things I found about this car is it's actually got an aftermarket stereo. Now, when it comes to these Japanese cars, quite often they'll come with a Japanese stereo that speaks Japanese to you and all that sort of stuff. And with the Mazdas, usually it costs quite a lot of money to swap those out. But because they've got aftermarket stereo, it means you can pull that out, chuck a new nice one in without having to buy a new dashboard and all that sort of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Everything seems to work. Glove box is pretty sweet, lights and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and the seats are actually pretty well looked after. In fact, to give you an idea of what the previous customers must have been like, I realise they even tried to preserve the pedals. And I stuck some sort of tape on there to keep them nice and well kept. So yeah, she's actually a rather quite nice tidy car. I'll upload this onto YouTube, let Mark know I've done it, and sweet, awesome. Cheers, bye.